Hello, you're watching Vnews Bulletin. I'm Nhung from Hanoi. Now let's come to our top stories as usual.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính asked for readiness in response to new coronavirus strains. Overseas Vietnamese returning hope to contribute to the motherland. And later on, men with passion to make classical drama masks.
Let's begin bulletin with the latest news. First, the Bogle report on activity by Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính on April 9th urged the Health Ministry to build new COVID-19 prevention and control scenarios to make Vietnam always ready in responding to the rapid developments of the pandemic or the appearance of more contagious and dangerous coronavirus strains. Addressing the National Steering Committee for COVID-19 Prevention and Control's 14th teleconference with leaders of 63 cities and provinces, the head of the committee stressed that vaccine continues to be a strategic weapon in the fight against COVID-19. Therefore, he asked for the acceleration of giving the third shot to those needed, and the completion of administering the second jab to children aged between 12 and 18 in April, and stepping up the secure and inoculation of vaccine for children aged between 5 and 11, and completing the work in the second quarter of this year. He also requested sectors, units, and localities to be proactive in terms of treatment drugs, biological tests, new vaccines, and in preparing for the occurrence of new strains of the coronavirus. Vietnam has to date recorded over 10 million infections, of whom nearly 8.5 million have been given the all clear.
In recent years, there has been a wave of overseas Vietnamese entrepreneurs and intellectuals returning to Vietnam in groups and organizing trade and investment promotion activities, which connect overseas Vietnamese from all around the world.
Son Lam is an overseas Vietnamese who has lived in Maryland, US for more than 30 years. He previously returned to Vietnam almost every month to manage investments. Since the pandemic, he has not been able to return, but he has maintained his business, investment capital, and remittances.
Overseas Vietnamese have more savings, so they can send home more money than in previous years. The overseas Vietnamese community is increasingly confident about sending assets to Vietnam.
Vietnam has attracted 376 FDI projects from overseas Vietnamese, with total registered capital of $1.72 billion, focusing on energy, processing and manufacturing, and services. It is always in the top 10 countries in the world receiving the largest remittances. According to the State Bank of Vietnam, remittances in 2021 totaled $12.5 billion.
Increasing remittances show that Vietnamese people around the world have found a path towards stable development and have a stronger foothold, affirming the position of Vietnamese people around the world.
It's also due to the policy, due to the politics of Vietnam, the open politics, the open investment politics. It's also very interesting for people to invest in Vietnam, to come to Vietnam, and that's also clear for Viet Kieu, who would like to send back money to their motherland in order to do living here, to earn money and to support the family and at the end also the country.
Compared to the total FDI Vietnam has attracted, the volume of investments from overseas Vietnamese remains modest. However, the opportunity to attract more FDI inflows from the community is still significant, as it is growing and has the funds to access science and technology platforms in developed countries.
Many enterprises in the oil industry have received enough orders to keep their workers busy throughout the third quarter and even to the end of this year, thanks to their quick resumption of production.
The industry has seen a slight growth in the first quarter, with export revenue of wood and wooden furniture rising 3% year-on-year to $3.94 billion. According to experts, Vietnamese firms have benefited from free trade agreements, such as the EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement and the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership, which enables them to expand the market and improve the competitiveness of their products. If the sector maintains its average export revenue of about $1.5 billion per month, its target of $16.5 billion for this year is completely reachable. Amid impacts from the fluctuations in input costs on the wood sector, a project to boost the sustainable and effective growth of the sector in the 2021-2030 period was approved in March, which sets a target of bringing Vietnam's exports of wood and wooden products to $18.5 billion in 2025 and $20.4 billion in 2030.
Nearly 100% of Vietnam's population has received 2 doses of COVID-19 vaccine, placing the country among the top 6 global in terms of vaccination rates. With such coverage, Vietnam is now able to reopen its doors to economic and tourism activities.
They among the very last residents in Hanoi getting a third COVID-19 jab and include migrant workers and students working and living in the capital.
I received my second shot in my hometown. Now I had come here to get my third shot.
The health sector has joined hands with relevant agencies to encourage people to get vaccinations. To date, 99.8% of the city's population has received 2 doses of COVID-19 vaccine, while 82% have received a third shot. With widespread vaccination coverage, death and hospitalization rates are under good control in the capital, even though it has recorded the highest number of daily COVID-19 cases.
The COVID-19 hospitalization rate is around 1.2%, while its COVID-19 patients in critical condition account for only 0.26%. This shows that vaccination plays an important role in ensuring the health of local people.
The Ministry of Health has affirmed that the COVID-19 vaccination drive has been a success. There were also several valuable lessons learned from the campaign, including the importance of smooth coordination between relevant agencies, flexible vaccine distribution, and wide access to different vaccine sources.
We have assessed a wide range of vaccine sources approved by the World Health Organization and have appropriate vaccine distribution methods. We are trying to complete our vaccinations drive by the end of this month.
The Ministry of Health is working on a plan and assigning relevant agencies and scientific councils to study the efficiency of the 4th shot. It's also preparing to vaccinate children aged 5 to 11.
Ho Chi Minh City has made thorough preparations to welcome international tourists once more after 2 years closure due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
To attract more foreign visitors this year, Ho Chi Minh City is carrying out the Welcome to Ho Chi Minh City program with bonuses for those taking part. The program will focus on improving the quality of services and existing tourism products, as well as developing new products. It will last until September. Authorities, travel agents, and accommodation establishments are all ready to again make the city a vibrant and safe destination.
Vietnamese geologists have conducted investigation and research activities towards the establishment of geoparks in recent years, with a view to promoting geotourism development in the future.
To date, Vietnam has 3 global geoparks with the official recognition by UNESCO, namely Đồng Văn Karst Plateau, Non Nước Cao Bằng Geopark, and Đắk Nông Geopark. Đồng Văn Karst Plateau in the northern province of Hà Giang obtained UNESCO recognition in 2010, becoming Vietnam's first geological park and the second in Southeast Asia. The plateau contains the fossils of thousands of species of prehistoric creatures from 400 to 600 million years ago. Non Nước Cao Bằng in northern Vietnam became the country's second UNESCO-recognized global geopark in 2018. The geopark is well known for rich biodiversity and many indigenous fauna and flora species. Dak Nông Show Park in the Central Highlands was the third in Vietnam to gain the UNESCO title. There are 65 heritage and geomorphological sites in the show park, including volcanic craters, volcanic caves, and waterfalls. It is also home to the largest system of volcanic caves in Southeast Asia, with more than 50 caves and a total length of over 10,000 meters. The development of geotourism has been contributing to conservation and promotion of Vietnam's cultural heritages and natural resources, as well as to the nation's economic growth.
After more than 20 years of working in film, photography, and travel relating to the art of voice singing or classical drama, Trần Ngọc Vân from the South Central province of Bình Định has created a cultural tourism product from the art form, voice singing masks made from plastic composite materials and stone powder.
After pouring the composite into a mold and waiting for 4 hours, I take the piece out, cool it down, and paint it with a silver white emulsion primer, so it will be more beautiful after it cools down. The product, under the impact of the chemicals, takes on different shapes. The cooling stage is therefore very important. After it cools, I draw a pattern on the mask. I focus on each stroke while keeping the character's soul. The gestures and movement of the actors on stage are appealing to me. I used a camera to capture moments. Then at home I start working. I also did some research to find the right direction. I thought about why Bình Định has a few tourism products during the local culture, so I decided to do it with passion and enthusiasm to introduce my hometown to my friends. I will invite artisans to perform at centers in Quy Nhơn City, raising disabled children, and introduce some of the masks. I can give young artists knowledge and passion about painting masks using their own ideas.